All right, it is July 30th, 2024. This is the MicroProfile technical call. Normally Emily hosts this call, but she's unable to make it today. So I am going to host, and I've already shared the screen. The topic today is MicroProfile 7. More specifically, what we're going to cover first is the status of fault tolerance. And oh, the one thing I did forget, I think I was going to do. So just so everyone groups go to the Google group and just bring up that thread. Oh, is that a link to the thread right there?
Yes, that's a link.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, sorry. It is the thread. I thought it might be a Git link. Okay. Here we go. So Andrew, in the interest of time, Andrew could only hang with us until about quarter after the hour. So we're going to let him kind of give us a status update on fault tolerance 4.1, and then we'll discuss that collectively. So Andrew, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so fault tolerance, we thought we were all kind of ready, um, but we had this issue raised by Don about the metrics, in that when we previously had an integration with MicroProfile metrics, and then when we moved it over to telemetry, telemetry has many of the same concepts, but they work a bit differently, and we didn't realize that. So the choices we made for metrics were not the right ones for telemetry. So Don helpfully raised this issue. Unfortunately kind of late. So we've worked through this week to try and work out what the spec should say, which Don has done, to get the TCKs updated, and then to get our implementation updated so that we would be able to create a CCR for the release. So the state we're at the moment is we have the spec changes approved, we have the TCK changes, we have the implementation changes, and they're sort of that's going through a personal build at the moment before I can merge it. So the spec changes are ready to merge if we're happy to it. But I think at the moment it will take a while to get through sort of our release process for Liberty. That I would hope to have it on. I mean, I'd hope by Friday, but to be safe, let's say Monday. That we'd have a Liberty build with the changes in it that we can run and pass the TCK to create a compatible implementation, and then it will be ready for the ballot. So I think that's everything. I mean, the problems Don raised, the details are in the issue, but it's the big one is the histograms that we were creating. The histograms do not work the same in metrics and in telemetry. In telemetry, you have to sort of predefine the buckets for your histogram, which we hadn't done. It also the units recommended for your recording should be in seconds because that gets passed all the way through. Whereas for metrics, usually it would be converted from whatever unit you recorded it in to whatever unit was wanted for the output and output time. So as it is at the moment, most of our histograms recording execution times would not create useful data because everything would go in the largest bucket because we were capturing the time in nanoseconds.
Okay, so I apologize because I started talking and I was on mute. I wanted to kind of make sure I am capturing in the notes exactly what you said. I think you said you're targeting Monday for an Open Liberty build that runs against the TCK or complete against the TCK. Or complete the TCK, sorry.
I would hope to Monday to have an Open Liberty build and have run the TCK against it and passed everything.
And pass I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Pass the TCK. And then you mentioned, sorry, by Friday of next week?
I mean, I'd hope to have that by this Friday, but I'd say Monday to be safe.
Right. Okay.
And then I think once we had that, we would create the CCR and it'd be ready to put to ballot.
Create a ballot. Next week. So, okay. So I think that's a pretty good update. I mean, what this means is originally we're targeting the 6th. That kind of got pushed off to the 13th as a target date. Now I think let's see, if we start next week, I'm gonna bring up my calendar here real quick. If we start, if we go to ballot next week, let's say August 6th, is that, well, that's that only gives you, hold on,
You
that was
probably need
August.
to leave a couple days to get the CCR results published.
Yeah, okay, so
Does it take us that long? Oh,
give
It
us,
always does
okay.
for me. I don't know about you.
Okay.
what date then do you think we can actually start the ballot? Just a target date.
Yeah, so probably like the 7th or 8th, right?
Okay.
If it's available and passing the TCK in the 5th.
Ballot review date. Sorry, I meant spec review ballot, but August 7th or 8th. Ballot, sorry, rewording things here a little bit. Okay. So if that's the case, then that would mean 7th or 8th. It'd be Thursday the 22nd if I'm on the more conservative of those two dates. So I will say ballot. Due date or end of ballot period. Be August 22nd. Okay. So we had you'd given three kind of options for how to go forward, just so everyone who may
Yeah.
not have seen the thread. And to me, this seems like the best, but I don't want to unilaterally assume this. And I think the folks inside of Red Hat kind of agreed. But if you want to maybe just quickly look at the three, and then we can go ahead and let you drop.
Yeah, so the three options were either to, as we're saying here, delay MicroProfile 7 and to allow this to be fixed, to remove fault tolerance 4.1 from MicroProfile 7 to avoid delaying it, or to release fault tolerance 4.1 in its current state, which would then require a breaking change to fix these problems in a later release. It's worth noting as well that the OpenTelemetry metrics are the only change in fault tolerance 4.1. So I would prefer to not release it if they're broken.
Yeah, and of these three options, basically we're talking about another week slip overall. So
That sounds like
that's
what we've got to see, yeah.
yeah. So I think that's probably the most ideal way to address this. And thanks Don for identifying the problem. And we got to this in pretty good time. Does anyone else have any other comments about this? Does delaying a week or so seem the appropriate approach? I see a head shaking. I'm not seeing any other confirmation. A
It
thumbs
seems a pretty
up.
obvious decision to me that to delay it, that's not that much time relative to what
Okay.
you're getting.
Okay. All right. Silence is consent here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I guess Andrew, thanks for joining on relatively short notice and giving an update, and thanks for aggressively trying to address the issue. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
I will drop now.
Yep. The telemetry spec. Where are we at on that? Does anyone have any thoughts about the telemetry spec?
Yeah, I guess so. On the telemetry side, I know the Liberty team was, I guess, just recently fixing an issue on that, and I think we are. Nathan, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think we're in good shape for being able to put up a CCR shortly on that. But I don't know, Nathan, if you have
Yeah, I
any
think so. And
detail
with
from Yasmin.
7.0 being pushed out a week, that helps even more. So that should be in much better shape now.
Okay, and Nathan, I think Emily she tasked you with actually initiating the ballot on that one?
Yeah, so when we
Okay.
have that CCR out there, then I can initiate the ballot.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I'm not gonna miss it. I thought you'd done that one. I did the rest client. So,
Yeah, she did ask me to do that.
Okay,
And
awesome.
we'll get it out there when it's ready.
Okay, the other thing I thought I would bring up is that due tomorrow, and I sent out a reminder just now, we have the Open API and REST client review ballots. Inadvertently, Emily put down August 31st in the ballot instead of July 31st. We caught the REST client one where we changed, or one of them, sorry. I think it was REST client. And we changed that to July 31st, but I think the Open API ballot still has August 31st. I don't know what that means. I did send out reminders saying that it's due tomorrow, although the text of the ballot says August 31st. So if we don't get a quorum vote that passes by Wednesday, right? Then I'll reinitiate the ballot and be a little bit more aggressive at nudging people along. So that's where we are on MicroProfile 7. Are there any other comments or questions? Alrighty, I kind of knew this was going to be a short meeting, and I will send out a notice about the new release date. I'll take the more conservative date and say August 22nd instead of the 21st, and I'm going to post that to the Google group, and I'll also have to post it to the working group email alias for Jan as well. So. All right, thanks everyone very much. We appreciate it, and see everyone for the live hangout next week. Hopefully. All right, thanks.
No.
So thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, everybody. Yeah.